luggage or anything like that in the back, you could still put this over top of the luggage and it still will latch in. Now, if you have golf clubs, that's a different story. You can't do that. But it really is just a great GT car, GT sports car. It does it all, and it does it all very well. Now, one thing I do have to say here, you can hear after every bump we go over, this is a C6. You're gonna deal with a lot of creaks and rattles, just like what I have to deal with here, especially on terrible northern Wisconsin roads. These are horrendous roads. And you have to deal with the creaks and rattles every day you drive this. So that's something you have to get used to. This is super low to the ground too, so you have to be very careful when you're approaching a gas station, approaching a curb, anything like that, that you do not bottom out your car. I've even had it where I bottomed out the car right underneath me. That's not great. The scratching is not very great. But really, that's about all I have for complaints here about the C6. It's just such a livable car, and it's such a great driver's car in an affordable package. And that's why I think a lot of people own these Corvettes, is because they are just so livable. And I think that's also a reason why you're seeing these C7 values stay where they're at compared to C8s, because the C8 is a totally different vehicle than the C7. It's a rear or mid-engine car with a frunk and a little trunk, but you get no manual. You don't get that true. It's an exotic experience for sure, but you're not getting that true front-engine rear drive experience like you do in the C6 and the C7. So again, such a livable cabin, a true, American sports car experience that you don't get anyplace else. And I mean, look at how much space I have back here. It is truly wonderful, and not to mention, you get really good gas mileage too. I decided not to reset the gas mileage here, but right now, even with all my, I will reset the gas mileage, but with all of my driving, city and back road driving, I am getting 20 miles to the gallon. That is incredible. So we're going to reset that here and see kind of what we get for our average fuel economy on this trip, which I'm guessing it's going to be close to probably 27 to 28 mpgs, which would be excellent out of a huge 6-liter V8. But again, if I would have got this as my first sports car, I probably wouldn't have anything else, because this would do it for me. And now that I've had so many sports cars, I like to have a few to pick from in the fleet. But this is this does it all. And if you have more money in the bank, you can afford the Z06 version, the ZR1 version, jump up to a C7 Z06 Grand Sport. You get, if you want a supercharged engine, you can have it. You really are just basically honed back to the amount of money you want to spend on one of these vehicles. And for me, having a bunch of cars, I wanted to get the C6 Corvette experience, but I knew I didn't need the Z51 package. I knew I did not need the Grand Sport. I did not need anything that was going to be slightly harsh on these roads, because let's be honest, guys, I'm never taking this to a track. If I do, it'll probably be like one time, because the nearest track to me is 4 hours away. I'm not going to do anything out of the ordinary with this besides take this on some back roads and drive around. And I have the 3LT package inside. That's what makes this car perfect. I have the heated seats, heads-up display, really nice seating here, very probably can. It's a big fairway tire for my fairway mower as a backup now. And this is what's so wonderful about the Vette. You can just throw your stuff back there, and it's easy to vacuum, easy to clean. As long as you don't have any grease on anything, you're totally fine. But just a great space to put stuff back there. And honestly, if I wanted to take the top off, which I might, I could probably still fit, with some finagling, I could probably still fit the top in the hatch, which is totally awesome and very convenient. See, with the Corvette convertible, I don't know if I could fit that tire back there. I've never been in a convertible Corvette, so I'm not totally sure. But just a overall great place to spend time. When I'm in the Corvette, as much as my days are planned out to the minute with my golf course and coaching and stuff, like literally to the minute, when I hop in this car, especially this Corvette, I just feel like I lose every worry in the world. I feel like I am one with the road. I am one with the driving experience. And for me, that's that kind of euphoria that keeps me going throughout the day. And that's why I love cars. It's a sense of euphoria that you get when you have a hobby that you really like. And for me, it happens to be a super expensive hobby, but this is about the only thing that keeps me sane throughout the day, is hopping into a cool car and driving it around. I don't even have to be showy. That's not why I like cars. It's just the experience that I get when I drive. And that's why I love the Corvette. This is the old C6 ultimate driver's car for, I would say, under $25,000, which you could easily pick one of these low to mid mileage C6s up for, with either the Z51 pack or just the base with the 3LT pack like I did. This is totally fine, totally wonderful for me. I've got super sticky 295s out rear and 275s up front with Michelin Pilot Super Sports. Awesome. Does the job, does everything I need it to do, and it really is wonderful. So, with that being said, let's check the gas mileage here. So again, on the way up, 25.9 miles per gallon. That is unbelievable. I've never been in a high-performance sports car with a V8 that gets this good of gas mileage. Sure, my Pontiac Solstice with the RPM 1 stage 1 tune, 300 horsepower, 360 torque, ton of power. That gets better gas mileage. But at the end of the day, that's a 4-cylinder. This is an 8-cylinder. I've been in Porsches before that, yes, while that is a straight 6, it does get relatively better gas mileage. This is a big old V8. Big old V8. You can't beat 26.1 miles per gallon right now. That is just fantastic. I'm not even going to get gas this trip because it's not a lot of driving here. Let's see how many miles I've driven since I've owned this vehicle. I tell Haggerty I drive about 1,200 miles a year on each car. This one is probably going to be a little bit more, which is totally okay. Oh, I'm probably going to cross over on 44,000 miles on this monster. Wow. Okay, 1,425 miles I've driven on the Vette since I got it. So clearly this is my favorite driver's car. I absolutely love driving this car, and that's okay. That's what we have these cars for. So if I put on 2,000 miles in a year on my Vette, awesome, great for me. I can own this for 10 years and have 60-some thousand miles on it, which is still super low for a Vette, and upgrade when the time comes if I want to. But I can't tell you what a joy it is to have a car that you can have storage in, you could have well over 400 horsepower, and just drive the hell out of it. And everybody loves this car. You are not a show-off when you drive a Corvette, because it is the American sports / supercar. Nobody faults you for buying a Corvette. Nobody attitude that some other cars have, and I have a Challenger as well. That is the look at me attitude, which I like the Challenger because I first and foremost love Mopar the best, but this Corvette is a close second, and the heritage that this has along with the Challenger and my Camaro now too. I just love owning these cars that kind of encapsulate America's history. So I'm in love with this Corvette. I think someday I definitely do want to get a C7 Corvette. Someday it would be very cool to own a C7 Grand Sport or Z06. But I would be totally, you know what? I would be totally fine with a Z51 pack as well, or even just a base with the mag ride suspension. I'm totally okay with that too. One thing I like about this base, the gears are not as long as a Z51 or a Grand Sport, and where I live, I'm not going 100 miles an hour every place, even though it is super fun to do that. So I like shorter gears. I like being able to roll through the gears a little bit more, and I feel that these base models are honestly very good for that. But all in all here, I'm totally in love with the car. So glad I got it. I wish I was able to do this more and use this as a